Yo, 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 yo! What is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the latest update video preview from the Call of Dragons team. Renewed in Flame. This is for update 1.0.34. Let us see what Demidov / Dimitri and Companion, I am forgetting the gentleman's name unless this is the first time they've appeared. Otherwise, short-term memory loss is in full effect. Let's go ahead and listen in. As always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you hit those up because it helps out a lot.
Our first update video for Call of Dragons in 2025. I'm Dmitry and this is Damien.
Hey there, we're excited to show you our latest update, Renewed in Flame. This update is packed with incredible new features, scorching hot content, and epic challenges.
That's right, we're here to break it all down for you and give you a sneak peek at what's coming your way. And don't forget, we've got some amazing rewards lined up for those who stick around, so make sure you watch until the end.
Oh, I will. Video challenge, I don't think we care too much about that.
We'll get in-game bundles with these rewards. Good luck to everyone.
Okay, here we go.
This update
New game Battle
introduces
Abyss.
an exciting new feature, the Battle Abyss. This is an intense 15 versus...
Whoa. Okay, let's see. We got, how long does it run? So it looks like 3 days. History, store, battle sync, registration, complete. You get matchmaking. Cool. I wonder if this allows for, I wonder if the matchmaking is limited to within the kingdom or if you could also match with people in other servers. That actually would be dope.
15 quick battle mod that you won't want to miss. Dive into the battlefield and gain powerful buffs by defeating...
Oh, cool. So you have, looks like maybe a buff or something over here. Score up top. Your, a little mini map up here. Look at this. Dude, so look, you see these little purple things? This is exactly what we talked about in the runic statue area, right? So this is funny to me. Everything that this map looks like right now are things that I've suggested, and I'm sure most of you have heard me talk about when it applies to the runic statue area, which is make the statue area, what have I said, 3 times as big, give or take, and whatever these points are, but we've said that before, right? Add points around here so it's not just limited. Now, this is obviously their own take and their own version on it, but this is exciting that we're getting a little bit more information. Okay, let's go. I'm pretty excited right now.
defeating monsters, or you can steal buffs from other players.
Oh.
Rack up merits by defeating opponents and exchange them for awesome rewards.
Oh, cool. So maybe you'll get... Oh, I see. So I guess it is just regular merits, but it's just, I guess this is another store that you can use merits on. Okay, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You get an opportunity for more rewards or another store to utilize merits outside of the Alliance store, and you get to have fun going and attack. It's almost kind of like they're, and this is, maybe this is a stretch to say, but part of me feels like Battle Abyss can be something where you kind of take this MOBA style gameplay and you just modify a bit of it into something like the runic statue area or just a zone where instead of having, one champion or character per player, you just have your up to your 5 legions that you're bringing in. And then you just kind of do your own twist. Like that could just be another way of approaching it.
Rewards.
From February 15, Season of Strife will see a couple of changes. The season duration will be reduced from 50 to 40 days.
We knew that.
And with that, the Augur Stone stages will be adjusted to fit this new timeline. And after the season summary, the season server will be closed for 2 days. Previously, this was 3 days.
Okay.
The pre-war phase will be shortened from 25 to 30 days to a fixed 14 days.
I think we did that.
And the Season of Strife registration will be open once every 14 days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There will also be some changes to Titan's Legacy. First up, the duration of Titan's Legacy is being shortened. Instead of the usual 60 days, it's now going to be 50 days.
Yeah. Which
With
it has
this
to be to
change,
align.
we are also adjusting the rune levels and rewards. We are making sure everything is balanced and rewarding as you take on the challenges within the new time frame. Once these changes are implemented, any progress you've made in your active Titan's Legacy event will be reset.
And I mean, that makes sense because you couldn't have it for 60 days when you only have a 50-day KVK season. Those numbers would have to align. And what's also important to take note of is that it looks like they're trying to also line up timelines on kind of weekly basis, which is really important because if you're trying to make everything consistent where they're saying, hey, you're going to have an SOS registration every 2 weeks, it does make it, I think, a little bit easier to maybe align more kingdoms into the main kingdom pool right now, especially with the Gen 1 and Gen 2 pools that you're hoping will eventually merge and kind of work their way in to become one pool, right? That's kind of the idea, is you want as many kingdoms as you can get into a main KVK pool, so you have more options on matchups, on teams, on pairings, on balance, on PvP stat comparisons between one team and another. You need to have a lot of options to have low margins of error. Or you could just say margins of differences, of stat differentials.
The High King can hand out recovery vouchers to players. Once you receive one, you've got a decision to make. Do you accept it or not? You have a 3-day...
Here we go. When players are in recovery mode, their power will not be counted for realm matchmaking purposes in the next season. We do know that. Oh, wow, you get 16. And it even tells you High King privileges. So you get 16 of these. This looks like it's a 21. This could be a 30-day countdown, probably. List of recovery vouchers. You can click send, probably to go find them. Okay.
Day window to decide.
Send a recovery voucher to Lord. It effects will last until the end of next season. So I wonder if that means that you'll be given a window of time to send recovery vouchers in, or let's say you finish a KVK season, you're back in home kingdom, and then you hit this. When they say next season, does that just mean the upcoming season? Because again, some people take that as next as in the season after the upcoming one. However, I think it probably is safer for us just to go off of simple terms, and it probably just means the upcoming season, i.e. next for them.
But if you do nothing, it'll auto-accept. While in recovery mode, certain activities and features are limited, and your personal power will not count toward realm matchmaking.
And for those thinking about switching realms, there are more good news. The migration permit cost goes down.
Look at this. The High King has sent you a recovery voucher. Accepting it will initiate recovery mode. Ooh, during recovery mode, your power will not be counted towards realm matchmaking purposes. However, you probably still will impact activity status. So that could be your normal, active, crowded, full status that it will affect, even if it doesn't affect the matchmaking, right? So that's just clear because they didn't state that. You will not be able to take actions outside of your affiliated region until the end of the season. So basically you're stuck in zone 1. However, it would be nice if they just said you can't go into KVK. Part of me feels like that could be another option, but the fact that you're limited to zone 1, I don't see any problem with that per se. And so I at least think it's a good step, at least a first step. Migration permit cost of migration. So for someone where there would normally cost 55 permits. Now, I don't know if that's the max. I'd have to go and take a look at the sheet again to see what the permit ranges are, tiers per power. But that seems like that's a little bit higher. And so the fact that you're getting what appears to be a 20%, and maybe it's just a flat 20% discount, because that's what this would be here.
Down for players in recovery mode, making it easier and cheaper to move around.
Players in realms that have a High King can apply for the titles of Spy Master,
Ooh, here we go.
Chief Warder.
Ooh, stop it. Oh, I wanted to go back real quick just to look at that. So, what do we have? Migration. Okay, so I was just curious if there's anything new. There's not.
Warder, Archmage, and High
There's a
Skull.
block list up here.
All of this can be done
Titles
through
calendar.
the Flame Dragon's Lair.
Ooh! So you have a calendar here, a titles calendar, and interesting. So, and then you have to go to, oh, I see, these are for people that apply. You can see the time here, it's set to 10 minutes. This is actually pretty cool if you can kind of get a preview of like how many people there are. Maybe this is probably just for King or Queen, so the interface for how it looks on the player is probably different.
Or the KVK page. But remember, you can only reserve one title.
Oh, interesting. So maybe this is how it is for the players too as well. Because this says tap the calendar to apply for titles. There's a list and apply.
But remember, you can only...
And then it says apply for the Chief Warder title in the following... Oh, so you can select the time slot that you want it for. It's maybe not just an auto queue, or maybe it's both. So this says time slot is January 10th, 14 to 14:10, local time. Okay, so it tells you your local time, and it tells you the duration. Okay. This isn't bad. I'm a fan, right? I mean, again, I'm okay if you just want to do a basic queue, so I wonder if there's still going to be that function. But if you want to say, hey, okay, I want to reserve a slot that's upcoming because I know this event is coming up, and you're trying to reserve certain time slots in advance, and you're giving people that advance notice, I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. I actually think that's a good idea.
Only reserve one title at a time for the next 7 days, so choose wisely.
Whoa, you could only reserve one title at a time for the next 7 days. Ooh, okay, if I'm interpreting that, does that mean then that you couldn't reserve one title for one time slot and then another title for a time slot the very next day? You have to wait. I don't know about that one, because what happens if you have some good buffs that drop near one of the layers? Or let's say you have your king that pops a buff because an important buff pops, and it is within 7 days. That, to me, that seems pretty steep. Maybe, unless they mean it for the same buff. Like, maybe you can't re-grab the same buff within 7 days, or the same title. I could maybe understand that. I don't know if 7 days seems a little steep. You guys let me know if you think 7 days is a little steep, a little too much, and what do you think it should be per individual title?
Now, what about the High King and ministers like the Consort, Marshal, and Chancellor? They've got some new powers too. They can approve and reject any title applications, set specific application requirements, and even decide the duration of...
So you can allow applications. Oh, and then there's auto approval, which means that if you have that selected, someone can just immediately go in and do it. This is nice. I like how they give you the option of if you just want to have it be more of an automatic process, or if you feel like, okay, this is a really important one and we want to make sure that we're going through and approving people. However, and that's just because if you have it on auto and then you go in and you review people's time slots and you remove someone and you still have it on auto, they can just reapply immediately. So I guess you kind of have to figure out what works for you and how much bandwidth do you have with your kingdom management staff and the people that are assisting in order to approve these, especially if you need to get them approved within a specific time window before an event or a period starts where the players are going to start utilizing these, or not. But this is nice. I like how you have the options to do a little bit more customization. This is great. This is more of that kingdom management stuff that I think really appeals to quality of life and just invests a lot into that area. And it de-stresses people that are in management, which have a direct impact and effect on day-to-day player experience.
Of each title anywhere from 1 to 60 minutes.
Cool.
Plus, they can add players to block lists if necessary.
And here's some good news for all you strategists out there. The tax cost for granting titles has been slashed from 100 to just 50. That means more titles for everyone.
We also have some exciting updates to share with you about the unit training process in Call of Dragons. First up, we are introducing consecutive training. Now you can keep training your units without the hassle of leaving the page. It's efficient and it keeps you in the game. Next, we are enhancing your experience with training memory.
Now, again, I think this is okay. However, I would be curious if, for those of you out there, now, this is, I don't know if it's going to be a hot take at all, but I almost wonder if there was options to do more than training the maximum amount. I also understand that that is a kind of grindy mechanic, but if you have the resources and the speed ups to train more than 1,600 troops, wouldn't it be cool if you were given maybe like a one-time thing, or maybe once a month, as an example, you could do something where you could just train however many troops you want? So if you wanted to train, right, or like let's say for example, you are given one time before each KVK starts. Like maybe there's a 24-hour window or a 48-hour window or something where you can just train as many troops as you can based on the resources and speed ups that you have. Or for example, maybe you can train as many troops as able, and maybe it is specifically based on resources and speed ups. So if you have enough resources and speed ups, let's say to train 500,000 troops, right, then you can do that. But you're only given a one-time window before a KVK starts to do something like that. I almost wonder if that would really help out a lot more people. And again, that's just more quality of life. That's more like efficiency instead of having to kind of go through the grindy process that it is. But at the same time, obviously the change they're doing will help at least speed things up a bit.
When you've got the training page open, it will remember how many units you last trained using gems. No more guesswork, just quick and easy training every time.
The year of the Snake event series has arrived in Call of Dragons. This epic 7-day event includes 6 major themed events, including Fires of Renewal, Bags of Luck, and the Trial of the Beast. Each event offers unique challenges and fantastic rewards. Participate in these events to unlock amazing goodies like the Big Top Bear City theme, exclusive Demon Chaser drum avatar frame and nameplate, plus a bunch of cool emojis and other amazing rewards.
Check out the brand new Quick Battle feature. Now you can tap to issue orders to your legions, allowing you to move them around the battlefield more easily than ever. Mobile combat just got a whole lot smoother.
Next, let's talk about the battle report.
What did I just miss there?
Check out the brand new Quick Battle feature. Now you can tap to issue orders to your legions, allowing you to move them around the battlefield more easily than ever. Mobile combat just got a whole lot smoother.
Lasting buffs gained during battle.
Rally and garrison battles are also seeing some significant changes. If these battles drag on too long, the new battle acceleration mechanism kicks in. It boosts damage, healing and shields for both sides, ensuring that the action stays intense. You can easily track the battle acceleration status on the world map and throughout the battle report.
And for all you cavalry commanders out there, cavalry charges now have a maximum time limit and will automatically end when the limit is reached.
This update introduces a new auction system. When your alliance purifies the behemoth for the first time...
Whoa. Hang on, let's go back and look at low. Oh, someone, did I go a little far? Here we go. Alliance spoils auction. Time remaining 60 minutes. Default, only show bookmarked items. Info page, looks like 80,000. So okay. So what, 15,000 of these for... G1 500 for some arrows, books 500, artifact 500, scroll regeneration pots, was that gold? Okay, Again, I don't know if these numbers are high or not, so I will defer to those of you that would know more than me.
When your alliance purifies the behemoth for the first time, you'll trigger a spoils auction. Members can bid for these spoils, and guess what? You'll also...
Oh, I see. So it's basically a eBay system that they're putting in. Oh, that's rough, man. I mean, that's rough. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. That does not seem like a good way of doing it, because if you have people... Now... Yeah, I mean, it just, I feel like people will end up overusing and overspending on items, which means that they're not getting as much return on what they're investing and spending on. So I don't know. I'm personally not a fan of this. Now, if you could just do, if everything was just blind and you would just set however much, like everyone was able to do a one-time submission, yeah, I'm okay with that, because then there's less likely of a chance, because if you see it publicly and you see the number go up, then someone else is like, okay, well, now I need to go up, right? It's kind of basic bidding psychology. But if everyone gets a one-time submission and it's all anonymous, that way you at least keep the amount of spending on items at least a little bit lower, so it's not as chaotic. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fan of this system. I think at face value, I'm not. I don't know. It just seems very diabolical, if that's the right word. I'd love to know what you guys think on this.
Also receive gem dividends from the sales. But that's not all. Yeah. If your alliance is the first on the server to complete the Behemoth Elite raid, it triggers a Realm Spoils auction. Now, all Lords of the Realm can bid on those spoils, and a portion of the sales goes back to the alliance members who conquered the raid.
Next, let's talk organization with the new Alliance calendar.
So you get a kickback.
This tool allows your Alliance to seamlessly organize daily activities. Here's what you need to know. To unlock it, your Alliance needs at least one Alliance Fortress and...
Ooh, cool. So you got... Oh, hang on. I wanted to see... Did I miss where it was on the interface? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it's running us to gifts. That's where they click.
Need to know. To unlock it, your Alliance needs...
So you get the days... time, you get the title, maybe what it's about. Okay.
At least one Alliance Fortress.
And this is how it looks. So content, this is what we're going to do. Marker, it's on that. Oh, that's cool. So if you mark it on a behemoth, it'll just automatically list it there. I wonder if there's details. Can I scroll down?
And 10 Alliance Towers. R4 and R5 members have the power to create.
Oh, here we go. So you can do start time or start date, time, itinerary information. So maybe that's where it said the name for the behemoth, and then you add the marker. Message alliance members in advance, so you get a notification ping. Great. I love this, man. It looks very similar to what Infinity Kingdom's calendar is, but just updated and just a little bit nicer.
Change and delete itineraries, while everyone else can view the calendar for details. You can create alliance itineraries up to 7 days in advance, with a maximum of 4 per day.
Okay.
And don't worry about missing out. Online players will get pop-up reminders, and offline players...
Here's the quick battle thing. However, I will say this: I really wish you could go more than 7 days. I wish you could go at least a month out, and I hope that they do eventually expand it, because 7 days is great. It's a good starting point, but there are things that you will, like, for example, you can. I'll give you one great thing here. If you can do a month out, once a KVK starts, you can list off when the passes are expected to open. So this allows for people to plan accordingly, and they don't have to go and figure it out themselves. They don't, and on top of that, they don't only have to go off an alliance mail. They can go off the calendar and look at what those important times are. And that's one thing that you would need to be able to do, right, if you're able to do your booking for 30 days out.
Players will receive push notifications, which can be turned on or off in the settings.
Moving on to the new destruction time rankings. Now you can see how much time your alliance members spend destroying buildings. Legions earn 1 point for every second spent destroying.
Yeah, this is great. This is a fantastic addition. This is something that people have been asking for, because it gives players who are maybe not going to fight on the front line an opportunity to shine, right? So get your star power on. This is what I'm talking. I mean, this is a great addition, right? It doesn't just alienate certain players, but it's now thinking about being a little bit more all-inclusive on how can we highlight and showcase players that are still contributing, but just in different ways. So this is fantastic.
Alliance buildings. Plus, the daily alliance point limit has been increased, allowing members to earn up to 30,000 points daily through building or destroying buildings.
Yeah, this is great, because that'll also help for getting more
some
permits.
Tweaks to alliance skills. The skill Fully Loaded now grants slightly fewer additional resources, balancing out early season development for fair gameplay.
Okay.
And for those who like to keep track of everything, the Alliance Storehouse now includes building removal records. You can see all the details of when these buildings were removed.
That's important.
A handy feature for all you meticulous planners out there.
This update also introduces a brand new Season 1 Beginners bonus.
Yeah, this is
In the
crazy.
first few days of play, you can reset one
Hang on.
legendary hero.
Where was that?
In the first few days of play,
Oh god, hang on. Where was it? Oh, hang on. Let's go back.
this update also
So this says, during the event, you can select one epic and one legendary hero to be rekindled. Rekindled heroes will have their skills, levels, and star ratings reset, and all items used to train them will be returned to you. So you can see this lasts, what is it? Oh wow, 46 days. So this lasts basically the entirety of Season 1, more or less, but you get to select one of each.
also introduces a brand new Season 1 Beginners bonus. In the first few days of play, you can reset one legendary hero and one epic hero, getting back all the items you used to train them. It's a great way to rethink your strategy without any penalties.
Yeah, so I think an example of this is, like, you might, if you feel like you're having, like, I think one use of this is, let's say you're having some Civil War, some PvP that's happening in your home kingdom for Season 1. You may want to prioritize a particular Season 1 or a hero that is maybe more utilized in Season 1, and even if they may not be necessarily maybe the best choice for all that investment going in for KVK. And so maybe you want to switch that out, right, before KVK comes up, but you want to be able to maximize using that hero in Season 1 to kind of help fight off anything that is going on, war-wise, etc. So I guess that could be one. Or maybe if you're just someone who invested in one area, but you later find out, hey, maybe this isn't going to be the best hero for me to utilize in KVK, and I want to be able to reset and just recalibrate.
The new Warpet feeding system is here. Players who reach honorary membership level 15 can now feed rare pet fruits to their Warpets.
Wow.
This will
So, this is just Warpets have signature attributes, ACT, you can randomly reconfigure Warpets. Does it say anything about food? No. So it just says feed. A strange fruit grows by the banks of fruit and increases your Warpet. So, oh cool, let's see.
will boost their attributes and make them more powerful allies in battle.
Wow.
Another improvement.
So you have a feeding limit though. Oh, hang on. Was that 1 point each? Did I see that right? So feeding limit 110. It was at 152. It looks like 1 point per.
Powerful allies in battle.
Wow. So you can increase 100. So I wonder, does that mean then that this? Interesting. Wait, did this switch to A?
Another
Dang! I was really curious. I mean, based on that graph, it seems as though it would switch to the next tier. So I guess, does that mean that the feeding is a way to compensate for you being able to max everything at S tier? You know what I mean? Like, is that, and then also, do you get the feeding? It almost looked like the feeding limit was per each attribute. So does that mean that you get 100 feeding limit for each attribute? Essentially meaning that even if you do not have a pet that is maxed out or has mostly S tier, you can still get there with like B and A tier stuff, and then you can just upgrade by feeding each of the attributes so you can max everything out. I guess it feels like the feeding is now a way where you will over time be able, where every player will be able to max out a war pet with S tier skills, right? So you'll be able to max them out completely. That's how it appears to me. If that's the case, I am somewhat okay with that, because if you're able to do that as a free-to-play, I feel like that gives them a chance, albeit it will still take a incredibly probably longish time. But I do like that, where it doesn't feel as though it's, 100% random, but and again, who knows on how many feeding you'll get for them, and I'm sure it's going to take a long time for them to hit the 15 level 2 as well for the war pet. Okay.
Improvement comes to the exchange house. Ever worried about not using your weekly purchase allowances? Well, worry no more. Unused allowances will now carry over to the next week, giving you more flexibility in your purchases.
Releasing Warpets has also been refined. Now, only releasing legendary Warpets will require a 3-second countdown.
For those tackling the Behemoth trials, you'll be happy to hear that the difficulty has been reduced for stages 81 through 160, so gear up and push further than ever before.
This one is for the automation raid enthusiasts. The difficulty of flying cavalry across all event maps have been toned down, making those raids a bit more manageable.
And finally, for those on peacekeeping duties, the combat difficulties for level 36 to 50 Darklings, Beasts and Darkling Guards has been reduced. This should make your peacekeeping missions smoother and more rewarding.
The new city layouts feature unlocks at city level 10. Hit the buildings button and check out city layouts shared by others, or upload your own masterpiece for the community to see.
We're also introducing 17 fantastic new avatars, along with optimizations to 3 existing ones. With these options, expressing yourself in the game is now more vibrant and personalized than ever before.
Nice.
For those of you who like to battle behemoths, we've made some difficulty adjustments. The Flame Dragon in Season 1, along with the Frost Giant and Thunder Rock in Season 2, have been tweaked to offer a more balanced challenge.
So
now,
probably more people
let's
can
move on
capture
to
them.
some quality of life improvements.
Ooh.
After completing the relevant Augerstone stage, you can directly view when behemoths, passes, and ancestor statues will be available to tackle. No more guessing.
Thank
We have
God.
improved the notifications.
So I don't know if they mentioned this in the patch notes, but if they're basically saying that they're going to tell you this is the time, like for example, once the Augerstone starts, that unlocks a pass. If the moment that starts, you can then go click on the pass, or it'll tell you on the chapter and say this will be unlocked on this day and at this specific UTC time in game. Fantastic. That, to me, great quality of life change. That way we don't have to do any more math. Thank you, bejesus.
For Darkling Fort rallies. When another alliance in your warband launches a rally attack on a Darkling Fort, you'll get a confirmation prompt before you launch another.
Yeah, I think that's a nice update.
We've also made some changes to reporting rules. You can now report chat messages within 7 days of receiving them, so keep that timeline in mind.
Lastly, we've squashed
So
the
you can't
pesky
mass
bug.
report
Eliana's
people
skill
for
Benediction
somebody
of
they said
Aurora
weeks
had a
ago.
mismatch in the description for shield duration.
Depending on how you feel
It
about
now
that.
accurately reflects the in-game value.
And that concludes today's update video. We hope you enjoyed all the exciting
This
new
is great. This
features
was
and
a great
changes.
video, by the
If
way.
you did, please give this video a thumbs up to let us know that you liked it.
Oh, I will.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss any future updates, tips and gameplay. We'd also love to hear what you think, so feel free to leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts or any questions you might have.
Oh, yeah, maybe we'll read
Thanks
some
for
of those.
watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Okay, where's the bloopers? Go. So I love how they started out. That's good. Awkwardness.
Allowing members to earn up to 30
Yes! You're doing it. Keep going.
sales.
I believe in you.
But that's not all. If your alliance is the first one to complete
The suspense to complete what?
That's good. That's good. I love it, man. I love the bloopers, man. It's absolutely fantastic. We're gonna give that a thumbs up. Let's read some comments. I'm curious. What are some people saying? So we got new behemoth idea, venomous. Okay, no. Thought we'd be able to exchange out building speeds. Yeah, that was one of the things they did say on the 1.0.34 update. It was from one of the, I think, the dev Q&As that they did. People were talking about this yesterday and the day before too as well, about how this was expected to be in for this particular update, but it's not, and there's no mention of it. So yeah, people's pitchforks are out on that one. Great work. The game is truly becoming something truly special, and what would make the game better, I know, give all player high merit report, better RSS notes, keep the free artifact coming, one free legendary artifact a season. Sounds great. It's not like you're going to max getting one every season. I'm so happy to hear this. These words out of your mouths. What you need to do is change the HP, put out the Necromancer in Season 2, because it's ridiculous. If we didn't have 2 T5 players, we would have lost and be fired. And we are by far the strongest alliance in Season 2. Locking pet feeding behind VIP 15 is absolutely ridiculous and unnecessary. So, I can't remember. Was it VIP 15? I thought it was level 15 for... maybe I heard that wrong. Did I hear that wrong? Where's the pet thing? Hang on. Maybe that's over here. Pet optimizations. Where was that? Let's see. New realm. You're the snake. It's probably here. Maybe it's personal development. Oh, here it is. The feed. Right. What did they say here? Was it level 15?
And one epic hero, getting back all the items you use to train them. It's a great way to rethink your strategy without...
new Warpet feeding system is here. Players who reach honorary membership level 15 can...
Yeah, so see, it's honorary level membership 15. Oh. Sorry. I guess that technically would be VIP 15, right? Because doesn't it... right, isn't that what it's called? Why am I tripping on this right now? Yeah, membership. And then if I click here, yeah, so it's honor. So honor, okay. So it is VIP 15 in that case. Interesting. Oh, okay. I guess I now have different thoughts about that. That to me, it almost feels like this would be nice if this unlocked maybe when the heart level was at a certain area, or maybe if you were max heart level or something, but like just a different... Right, or for example, maybe they tier it off, right? So maybe at each certain VIP level, you get to use a certain amount of them. But yeah, the fact that it's like hard gated like that, yeah, I mean it just screams pay to win, sadly. So yeah, it would be nice. Now maybe they'll do something else. Maybe that's not everything, but I do hope that there's something where free-to-play can utilize these, because if not, and they have to be VIP 15, I mean, good luck. I mean, that'll probably take you arguably maybe even longer than it would take you to unlock your first T5 / all T5s. So that sounds rough. I'd love to know what you guys think on that one. Is there, no, since Bymaster, good changes, but please make the pet attribute not locked. Yeah, man, that's rough. In this world, hint for something in the future. Best update, GG scrambled. Word is Bymaster, bring back the 50 days of the season. Of course, you don't give legendary shards as rewards. Scrambled. This update is for spender. Jeez, man. Where do I find VIP 15? Because I can't find it for 3 years of playing. A 60. I mean, listen, man. It's again, it's good points. Let's see what else we got. People just going. Okay, so not really any more feedback. Okay, so that's pretty much what we got. Okay, again. Most of the updates, most of the things that are coming and changes happening in this update, for them showing the visuals off, absolutely fantastic. I think most of these are great and going to be good additions, despite a few that we've mentioned and that we just are a little bit more questionable on. And I think it's fair for people to have their pitchforks out and sharing that feedback appropriately with the team. Okay, that's going to be it for me. Let me know what you guys think on this one. This was great. I actually felt like we got a lot more visuals, a lot more of a sneak peek. We got a little bit more insight because visuals are nice to have aside from when you're just reading through patch notes because you sometimes don't really have every single piece of information. You just kind of have a general idea unless they go into a specific amount of detail in their responses, and it's just not always the case. So this was great. I think that's what these videos really need to be more of, which is showing more, even if they're not showing everything, but showing more screenshots, showing more actions and steps for a number of those changes that are going to come, because to me, that's really what the opportunity here is when they're showing these off. So this was great. Again, overall, I felt extremely positive, again, despite a couple areas. That's it for me. Let me know what you think. Until next time, we'll catch you later.